Welcome to the bigger plate where the rubber meets the road and we get straight to it. Is Tyler Perry depiction of black relationships correct? Had a deep conversation, went on for a couple hours. They got this new movie out called Straw. You got trauma in the movie, and so many people feel a certain type of way about how Tyler Perry movies always reference us in a certain type of way. I have a different attitude towards it. Other people have a different attitude towards it. I feel everybody got a role to play, and with that role, it contributes regardless of what the other person may disagree with or may think. So without further ado, we have to get into this ASAP. These conversations are very impactful, very informative. People change their minds. People change what they think. Some people stand on their laurels and they have a certain way of thinking, and they ride with that. It's something interesting. I'm really happy that you're here. Pay attention to it, listen to it. We got so much more to come.
A lot of women, I've been seeing a lot of posts about it, and everybody is trying to relate to it. But I said, she made a choice, right? And it was horrible about the part when she lost the baby, but the movie made you think that the baby was, there until you got to the end, and then it was all her imagination.
So was it some?
But see, that could be postpartum. You gotta.
But she raised this baby in her head. She raised the child. Well, in her head, she raised it to 8.
What's the name of the movie so we can get a concept?
Called Straw.
It's called Straw.
Yeah, by Tyler Perry, right?
Right. See, in her head, she raised this child until it was 8 years old. But I think my understanding of it, because at the end it showed her walking out of the hospital with one of them blankets that you put the newborns in.
Yeah, the pink and blue, baby blue, and stuff like that, and everything.
So that's what made me
like. Said she was hallucinating.
She was hallucinating for 8 years, though. That's why everybody was looking crazy at her through the whole movie. And in the beginning, you didn't you just thought people was really, just treating her bad. But she came, it was like, in reality, she was, she was out here, lost her mind. And it was like,
okay, see, that's a movie. Let's check it. Let's check it to real life.
Earth Goddess said she could identify with it. It was sad. So that means people really going through that, E.
But no, listen, I'm not saying they're not, but the way they set the movie up was to make you think that child was, there through that whole flick until you get to the end when the mother told her, like, the baby, been gone. And then like everything started to make sense after that, because then they go back to the beginning and they show the same scenes from when the child was there to when the child wasn't there. So I'm like, wow. So it just took you. It took you in a person's mind that's delusional. That actually is living life, pretending like they got this child on the side of them. So literally, we see people like that every day, right? We see crazy people because we don't know what's in their mind or what's in their head. So women are identifying with that, but y'all leaving out. You got men walking.
Oh man, you finna get us toe up, man.
I already know. So and I said that I'm gonna get jumped on. But see, they only thinking about one side of that, right? Because you have men walking around here like zombies and delusional too, but don't nobody give them that same energy. You know what I'm saying? It might have been with a child with them, but no telling what happened to the male. Why he don't come out and give outlooks on males like that too. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women,
because Tyler Perry, if you look at any of his interviews and stuff like that, everything is gonna be about the black woman because of his aunties, his mom, his grandma, this, that, and the other. That's the reason why he came out with Medea. Everything is gonna be about the woman. Nothing is gonna be about the man.
I think Tyler Perry go in on the women. That's why I asked this question.
Yeah.
No, he highlights the women. He just destroyed the man out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, in that movie, it was never talking about the father. You know what I'm saying? They never mentioned the father.
Do you feel like the lady needed help and just couldn't get it? How you feel about it?
I think they
I'm
been
gonna go on
trying to
pause
help
on
her.
this one.
I think they've been trying to help her because when she was in that one scene in the bank and she was talking to the lady about keeping her kids, and she's like, "Don't you got some family that can do it?" And the first thing she said, "My mom and my sister are crazy." So she was saying that because they was calling her crazy all this time.
Did it ever show a man like a baby father or her dad?
No, never. Wow. Everything was pertaining around.
But see, Eric, let me tell you something like this on a Good Friday. We ain't gonna treat this Friday like Friday the 13th. It is a Good Friday. But let me tell you, one of my favorite producers, it was never Tyler Perry. It was Ryan Coogler. And he autistic.
Right.
Yeah, I like his movies. He got some good movies.
Right.
And he don't portray the black man as weak or absentee. You know what I'm saying? It's like where is our, you know what I'm saying?
I feel where you coming from.
We lost that when they took the Cosbys away. When they took all the black films that portrayed black power.
Okay, you had Full House and then you had Urkel.
Lady London, come on, Lady London.
No,
we need a woman instinct on this.
Hold on. You had the Waynes and you had Bernie Mac.
One of the movies that he had that did center around the struggle of a black man was Daddy's Little Girl. That's
I love that movie.
that I can remember, and it was a good movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, with Idris Elba. That's the only one. Go ahead.
I had a friend this morning call me about this movie, actually.
Yeah, I've been getting I want to hear from you, Lady London. I just been getting so many calls or whatever about it. I didn't get a chance to see it, but I feel like, you know.
The friend this morning I talked to, he said, you know what? He said I couldn't stop crying after watching that movie, you know, because I guess it was just real bad, you know. And I told him, I said, I seen a trailer of it and I refused to watch it because.
You did?
Yep, I seen just a trailer. I don't want to watch a black woman struggle movie. I don't want to see anything that's sad.
Do you feel like you would have identified with it too much or something, or?
I recognize that it identifies with a lot of black women and the struggles that we go through, and Tyler Perry got a lot of backlash because you got some women saying they tired of him making movies about the black woman being struggling and being done wrong, but Tyler Perry also takes care of the black female actresses.
There you go. And that extends to other. That's why I asked, do you think, in your opinion,
I think he's smart.
Do you think, wait, hold on. That's you. Come on, Stack. You trying to say something?
Yeah, I think, he's spot on with a lot of them stories. Like, I mean, I don't know why they hating on that brother because, even though, the comedy, I think he's spot on, and I think he's a gifted writer, man, because it comes effortlessly, and he's basing everything on this. You could tell that he experienced a lot of this stuff, and he hear a lot of stuff, and I think that the more stuff he get from the people, the more it is in his mind, and he pushes it out. Like, I don't think that he's bad with his writing. I think he's like an excellent writer to me.
Okay, you got.
I got a question for y'all.
Come on.
Even if it is true what he's depicting, why do we need all this negativity on our subconscious? We
That's
don't
why
do that with rap.
I think that's why Lady
Yeah,
London was saying what she was saying. Come on, Nigel.
Somebody.
yeah, we don't really need.
Agree
We
with
don't do
that.
that with rap music. If Sexy Red drop a bunch of negativity in a song, it's gonna get backlash, and we gonna be like, we don't want our kids, we don't want ourselves repeating this negativity just to be in our brain. So even if it is true, it's a fictitious story. Why can't he write something happy? Like, have y'all seen that Netflix show Forever? That's a show about black love. It's fictitious, but why not? Why not make about black love?
But you know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Poison.
I am so sorry. I just wanted to kind of echo what the gentleman just said.
Come on, sis.
Okay, we can all agree that Tyler Perry has made an amazing living for himself. Like, he obviously super creative, super talented guy. I'm not taking that away from him, right? But where I get frustrated is it's this the same story of the black woman, right? It's the same depiction of the black woman. There's never a story where we're talking about her dark night of the soul, right? And then her rise to like a spiritual awakening where she realizes her inner strength and that she goes on. It's always about the struggle of a black woman. And while some of this may be true for us, it's not true for all of us. There are a lot of black women who are very successful, living great lives that are in alignment with their soul. And I just feel like he profits more off of these kinds of movies that he makes. And yes, he may take care of the very same actresses that kind of come on his movies and act for him. But how is he depicting us, like the gentleman just said, at a subconscious level, right? If he's a black man and he's so supposedly helping, right, helping the black woman, why are we always depicted in such a negative light?
But
And
you
it's
know,
not
Not all of the movies are struggled up.
I'm sorry.
Majority of them
He got a
are.
little noise back there. Go ahead, sister.
But
I couldn't hear what the
Yeah,
gentleman.
he got a little background, so he'll come back in a minute. Go ahead. The other
Oh,
lady was trying to talk
I
to you.
was just saying, like, this, since I can remember, since I was like a young teenager, Tyler Perry was, Medea. He made all of these great movies that me and my mom watched. But I started to slowly see like a trend in where the story would go, and it was almost always if I heard a Tyler Perry movie come out, I would already guess what it was about. It was about the struggle of a black woman. And I just got to a point where I was like, I'm not going to watch any more of his movies. I don't agree with the way that he depicts us. And there can be a better way. Like, tell the story of the struggle, but also tell the story of rising above that and how black women have made a name for themselves, right? He never does that because his market is to keep the black woman at a subconscious level kind of repressed
He
because that's where
did.
he's
He
getting
did.
that's where he's
He
getting
did,
his,
Poison. You know in that movie what he
that's
made?
one movie out of a whole bunch.
Well,
I
my
feel
thing
like
is
the
No,
this.
no, you
majority,
don't
My
even
thing
know
is
what
this,
movie I'm
though.
about to bring up.
I
You don't
think
know.
but I'm
think
talking about the
I
majority
think
of
the
his
problem
movies.
though is
Okay.
that is representation, right? Because we're putting too much weight on Tyler. I think he's one black storyteller. He's
Come on.
one creator, and I think that the problem
You
is
got a
that
little echo. Let's mute up so we can hear them down at the bottom. Is that the top?
yeah.
All right, come on.
I think that the problem is really representation and the lack thereof, because Tyler Perry really, as a creator, should be able to make any type of movie as a black creator he wants from the perspective that he has, And I definitely disagree with the fact that all of them are the same. I've seen him have a lot of BLK women roles that are very powerful and very inspiring, and a lot of them are very hurt. But we also know this narrative that black women, BLK women are, the least protected woman in America. So, he goes based off of that. But I think that he has free range to do so. And we need to stop holding these creators as the end all be all. You never hear anybody talk about Stephen King in the YT community and say, oh, because Stephen King was making horror movies, I feel so oppressed by that. I feel like he's damaging our
I
community.
agree with that. I
Absolutely
like your
not.
perspective. I really do. And I respect your perspective. I didn't even think about it like that. So thank you for like educating me and helping me to see like a different way.
No, I understand seeing yourself like that all the time. It's tiring.
So, Drop, can
But
I ask you
you
a
gotta
question?
understand. You
I'm
gotta
sorry, hold on,
understand.
lady.
You
Hold on,
gotta understand what it,
Lady
what
London.
Hold on,
Lady
yeah.
London born, and then you come out to Lady London, then I want to come out to you. Then we
Say
get the
something.
portion.
all right.
If he were to make more positive a movie of black women, we just have to keep it realistic. A lot of black people would probably not support it and tune in, and that's kind of the bad thing about our community.
Good point.
We'll support the things that makes us look bad, especially when the women are being made look bad. But when somebody's producing something positive, people don't want to tune in, and he probably knows that if I make all these movies about positive black families, 'cause this is not the 90s or 80s, it's 2025. So he probably know if I make all these movies about all these black families striving and black love and black women doing well and not struggling, people are not going to really sit and look at this stuff. And I think Tyler knows that, so he just stick to what attracts the viewers, or he stick to whatever his method is.
Okay, come on, E.
Okay, and I agree with all that. You know what our issue is basically coming from, right? It's not just what Tyler Perry put out; it's what we want to see too, right? So we only got a couple of like producers and directors that put out our stories anyway. You know what I'm saying? And they good at what they do. And we can look at a lot of Stephen King's movies, but how many Stephen Kings? The White Tees, they got hundreds of producers and directors that come out with all kind of different movies that portray them in a good light. We don't have that. You know what I'm saying? We only got access to maybe two, three, four producers, directors, and then you got to think about who's gonna give the green light on movies that they do get, you know what I'm saying, in the back waiting to come out that we haven't heard about. You know what I'm saying? So I think our problem is we don't support our own enough to put out more directors and producers that will bring them movies that we are looking for out. So now we lashing out at the one or two people that we do see that got access. That's kind of our problem. We shouldn't, like he said, we shouldn't be blaming Tyler for doing what he good at. You know what I'm saying? Because if we had like 20 more directors and producers that was putting out all kind of content, Tyler Perry would nobody even have no problem with him. They'll love all his movies, but only because he got, he's right there. He's the only thing we see, and we like, man, we want more, but we want some, different content too. You know what I'm saying? I get it. So I don't want to bash Tyler because, like I said, the boy is doing his thing. He's bad. You know what I'm saying? So I hope what 50 is attempting to do can change this narrative a little bit when he opened his studio up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can get more content, more producers and more directors when we own in these studios, because that's our problem.
Go ahead, Miss Porson. Hello. No.
I agree with what everybody's saying, especially what Lady London was saying. The most because people are addicted to trauma. They're addicted to struggle. They're addicted to seeing like low vibrational stuff. I mean, that's why TikTok is so famous because it's just like nothing. If someone have a positive platform, always shining light on somebody's accomplishments or achievements, immediately you have people trying to take it away from them and try to diminish everything that they have done. So people are addicted to criticism too. And so I don't feel like, people should put him in a position of power to kind of align their lifestyle and say, well, I need Tyler Perry to make a movie to show positive black women. Look into your community for a uplifting example or someone like that. Why does it have to be the celebrities? And that's why I feel like we fall culturally because we're looking at these celebrities to be a representation of us when it's people in the community that you can look up to. That's it.
Okay, Crop. I wanted to ask you something because what you had spoke on. So I don't really get a chance to watch a lot of movies, just TV period. But it seems like you might know a little bit about Tyler Perry, how you put your perspective. Do you feel that the movies that is depicting relationships or the black community in a certain way, as opposed to the ones that he is doing good? Which one you think more powerful from your perspective?
I
Matt?
think
Okay.
I think that he definitely sometimes does focus on the negatives more, but I think that is forcing people to look at themselves, and it makes them uncomfortable, you know. And let's say, like, that's not even the representation of you at all. Then, like everyone was saying, there should be more creators. Like, listen, we have the capacity and we have the leverage to basically make things pop. You see what's happening at Zeus. You see, we just basically feed the wrong content, and we want to whine about there not being actual representation there, and that just doesn't make any sense.
How you feel? How you personally feel about it? Do it bother you when you see that, or you get it? You understand it?
I appreciate, you know what, and I have I call myself Lucifer's attorney, so I can see the good in a lot of things. I love that Natalie Lunn and Lemmy over there at Zeus are, at least not allowing the YT companies to continue to exploit them like they was doing with Bad Girls Club, and they have some ownership and they have a business that's running and thriving. I support that as a Black person. Do I think it's the content that needs to be marketed in the community? Probably not, but that's our problem. Not theirs.
Can I speak?
Come on.
I don't feel like what Tyler Perry doing wrong because Taraji P. Henson and Monique been telling black people how the industry don't really mess with black women, and Tyler Perry portraying he not talking to us. He talking to Netflix. He talking to the big companies, showing you what these black women going through. Like they can't, and he portraying that through us, like just how we can't get on that big screen without getting the money. The women, I don't. When I look at Straw, I didn't see Taraji P. Henson. I seen myself, a black man going through this world. Like people don't care what you going through as long as Sinbad in that wheelchair, he was the type of person who don't care what you going through as long as you able to look out for him. When they were kicking her out, her boss, don't nobody care what you going through. As black people, they don't care. You got to get it done. As mental health, that's all it is. That's all he's showing us. That's our community.
Yeah. Y'all mind if I respond to some things y'all saying?
Yeah, come on, come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a little pushback. I'm born in '93, and I've been watching black movies my whole life. I can name 10 black directors right now: Ava DuVernay, Ryan Coogler, Spike Lee, Donald Glover. It's a ton of us now. That's really not no excuse no more. And as far as us eating up this negativity, I don't really believe that neither. Cause when I was growing up, we had the Fresh Prince, Cosby Show. These are all positive black representations. We had Now You Got Forever. The top selling movie of all time was Black Panther. Like, it's not that black people will not watch positivity. It's that Tyler Perry know that when he showed his negativity to Netflix, they gonna buy it. That's what he know. But he has the option to not show us in that light. It's that he know they gonna buy it. But Donald Glover, like I put it to you like this: if you gonna show the reality of relationships, why not make it a documentary like Ava DuVernay? If you gonna show the reality of the negativity, why not make it like Fruitvale Station and make it a dramatization of a real life situation? I've been watching Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood.
I would say, man, it's
Hold on, Lake.
Y'all,
Let him land. Let him
y'all,
land.
y'all know how much negative
Hold on, time
content
out,
I
time out.
perform
Now,
for
can
90.
I go? I've
No,
been
no,
waiting
let
for
him, no,
this.
no, hold on.
Wait,
Cool,
wait,
let him
wait.
land. Come on, brother.
I'm from '93. Y'all a little older than me, but I'm the type of person I watched Menace to Society back to back when I was young. Y'all know how much negativity we consume as a society from the '90s to now? Like, come on, bro. Tyler Perry, bro, said I felt me in that movie. Nigga, why? Like,
What
all
you,
right, you struggling, bro? Go watch something positive so you can get the fuck up out of that situation, my boy. Like, you
Yeah, yeah,
don't
I'm gonna
need.
bring you up.
Yeah, that's
Go
all
ahead.
I'm gonna say on that.
it was mental health, bro. You could tell somebody who's struggling with depression to come up out of it, but that ain't happening. Like this
Yeah,
shit
hey,
happen every day.
sometimes EJ, it don't come as simple like that.
Struggling with
It
domestic
don't even
violence.
come as simple like that. Some
If you
people have to
struggling,
sit back and be like, you know what? All right. And then they write a story about it.
bro, if you
I just
struggling with
feel it's a lot
depression,
of excuses going on. People when they
Oh
can
my
tell
goodness.
it's a victim mentality. It's so
yeah.
addicted to being a victim, so addicted to being a victim. Poor
Yeah,
me,
bro.
poor me, poor me, poor me.
Like
The
if you
judge
got
No,
not gonna
no.
spare
depression,
you. Nobody's gonna spare you in life. The police not gonna spare you. The judge not gonna spare you. So, oh, the black community is supposed to spare you. Like, come on, man.
Hell no, not in the state of Mississippi. They damn sure ain't gonna spare you.
We
If
well,
know
you
where
either
Tyler Perry came
And,
from,
and
though.
I would
We
like to,
know where Tyler Perry came from.
I would like to answer what Porcelain just said, and this is the difference because I got a cousin that would say the same thing, and I try to
that
show
girl
her.
tell the truth.
No, I get it, but you got to understand something. It's more than one truth because you looking at a society where you got kids growing up with negativity around them 24 hours a day. 20, I'm talking about in the household, outside, at school. So
Straight up.
this is the trauma. Hold on. This is the trauma that our generation is growing up with. Now you got some exceptions where you got some kids that grows up, but they felt that the inside of the household is tight. It's tight now. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Where they parents, they thinking about the kids' future and they setting them up for success. But that's the exception. It's
mhm.
that's not the norm. The normal is some of these kids ain't even finna eat tonight. And this some real talk. Right
Straight
in
up.
the neighborhoods where
I
we
would
drive
say
past
okay.
every day. Hold on. Let me land my plane. Now, this is the reality of what's going on out here, and this is why so many people related to that movie. Is because of the passion that he put in his writing. Even though it looked at negative toward our community, he was just putting on paper and on film what a lot of these people were living every day. What a
And a
lot of
lot of
these
people
people
still
were living
living.
every day.
Hey Eric, can I tell you something, man?
Yeah.
I'm 42 years old, dog. Something that ain't never been taught in Mississippi schools, period, point blank. Real talk. Talking about what's being taught in that movie. Growing up, I wouldn't even let my kids see it. I ain't gonna even tell you no lie.
Did you
I
watch
bet
it?
Yeah, I watched it.
I bet you
You
watch
know,
Mississippi Burning too,
you know,
and
you
Django
know
too.
anything that went on. You know about Oklahoma when we
How it
had
made you
our
feel,
own.
brother? Brother,
Dang.
Huh?
I said, how did it make you feel?
How did it make me feel? It taught me a lot because I went to other countries and I seen the same thing. But see, but it was by different cultures. I deal with my own culture. So
I would say,
I
I
mean,
would say this,
okay,
man.
anything
Uh,
that we sit up there and try to produce by ourselves, if you produce something, Eric, if you produce something by yourself and somebody take it from you, even it could be an idea. What would you say about it?
It done happened already, man.
Dang.
Yeah, it done happened to me
You know what I'm
already.
saying?
I came up with an idea for 18 wheelers and cameras on the back of them, like removable cameras. And I was dealing with a company. This was back, I'm gonna say like 2010, 11, and
I
yeah,
never negate you. I'm
they got
listening.
down on me. You know what I'm saying? So I know how you can have an idea and think that you can put it out there and you're gonna be rich and people gonna love it and you think it can change the world. You probably know it can change the world, but you know somebody with a bigger bag come around and just take it right from under you. And yeah, man, like I had that idea about putting the removable bag-up cameras on 18 wheelers back then before they even came out. Now they out, you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
But it's not
so
too late. Just like you have Ring, you have Blink, you have all of these other camera
I,
companies. You
I
can
would,
also attach yourself to stuff also.
Right.
Just because somebody
yeah,
took your idea, it's about, the execution. It's not losing drive. Just like you have the popular clothing brand, somebody can make the exact same jeans and put a different label on them.
Porcelain, did
yeah,
It's
you
no
get a
hope
chance to
lost.
see the movie?
Yeah, I
That's
tried to
true.
see it. I'm not even gonna
Man,
lie to you,
see,
host.
porcelain giving you
Host,
hope, man.
host.
What you say?
I'm trying to watch the movie. I was disgusted. I'm not gonna lie. I kept fast forwarding it through all the way to the end because I'm a intuitive thinker, so I already knew what it was. It
So
reminded me of the.
how it make you feel?
It made me feel like nothing. It just made me feel like it was the same old story of Tyler Perry. It made me feel like
But you
absolutely
said you
nothing
was disgusted. Can you explain to us why as a woman you felt like that?
because I felt like no, because you're trying to get me.
No, I'm serious. We going
She
I'm not
got you.
trolling.
I'm
I'm
going
not
on
trolling.
mute.
I'm not trolling. I'm serious. I want to. You see, I ain't laughing at
No,
nothing. I
you
just
smiling. Yeah, you smiling. You
okay.
already know because you already know how I feel. I just feel like, oh, you really want to do this for real?
Yeah,
Really? Okay, well, we're gonna do it then. I feel like it's the same old story. I feel like that those are the sins of becoming a single mother. I feel like those are the sins of removing a man out of your household. Oh well, what happened to why he didn't show what happened to the man? Like I said, I fast forwarded. So I don't know if the baby father was involved. I was just disgusted looking at it. You know how she went to the grocery store and dropping stuff, and she's all like fragile and scary and all of this stuff. And then the manager, her boss talking to her a certain type of way, it's just like, why would you stay in that type of toxic work environment? She could have got another job. Her car breaking down, a guy. It was just too much all at once. Where if one
Okay.
of those things would have occurred to me, I would have had started looking for a different employer. If you sending your
Mhm.
daughter to school with no lunch money, but not in her case,
Yeah.
she wasn't living beyond her means, but in the BLK community, they're going to prioritize their nails, their weave, their clothes before they do their own children. And so these are the ramifications when you decide to push the man out the household for your
Right.
food
Hey,
stamps
bigger
and your WIC
play.
and your
hold on,
Section
hold
8.
on. Let the sister go. Let her
Okay.
finish. Bro.
Hey, I got something to say next. I got something on my
Okay,
mind, like
okay.
real talk. Go
Come on.
ahead.
For the food stamps, they decided to trade y'all in for the government assistance, get y'all out the house, and they used to stamp fire down y'all throats. Oh, I'm independent. I don't need no man. But it was the taxpayer dollars. It was the government dollars. And if it wasn't for you giving her that child, she wouldn't have been able to get the benefits. Also, the more sinister part of it is when it's time to claim taxes, I pay taxes, but I see people who don't. Like y'all men can't even file when you do even help her out with your children. You can't even file for the children as your dependent. They take full control over everything.
That's
So these
true.
are the ramifications of a single mother, and I have no sympathy for a single mother. I
Okay.
have no sympathy.
Okay, brother. Before we head it to you, Coot,
Block me.
I want to ask her a question. So let me ask you: have you ever had a friend that dealt with something like that? And if so, what did you do to help her, or did you cut her off?
I had a friend that had she was actually from the Latino community,
Okay,
and she had a lot of children. It was disgusting. Different baby fathers, very disgusting. And I used to
but you
get
call
you
her a friend, so
no,
that's
we're
good.
not friends anymore because she decided to stay in the impoverished mindset. But I used to help her feed her children and everything. And then I said to myself, I had a conversation with my grandmother, and she said, "Baby, you can't save everybody. They have to want to help themselves. I know it hurts you that her children's hungry, but she know her children hungry. Those her children. That's not your
But you
responsibility."
but you did try to help her though, right?
Yeah, I tried.
Well, why did you try to help her? Why did you do that?
I tried to help her because of her children. They were hungry. That's it. Nothing more. They had nothing to do with her. It had something to do about me being a humanitarian and seeing a need and aiding to a need. Someone's hungry, I'm gonna always feed them. Homeless person, no matter who they are, that's just the type of person I am.
Okay,
So
okay.
her story didn't dignify with Tyler Perry movie.
Her story dignified with it, but at the same time, she allowed herself to be. It's called masochism when you enjoy feeling hurt. Your boss talking to you a certain type of way. That wasn't his first time disrespecting you. That's not his first time. No one's going to disrespect you the first time. You got one time to disrespect me, and then I
Hey,
choose
bigger
to.
play.
Hold on. I want to ask her one more thing, real quick, brother. Then I'm gonna let you get in. Do you know or not if she doing better now? Or you don't know what's going on with her?
Yeah, she's doing better now. The last time I spoke to her, like last year and a half ago, she found a man to deal with her and all of those children, and she's doing better now.
Come on, brother. You can go. Cooter.
Hey. let me ask you this. It didn't start with Tyler Perry. Can I tell y'all that? I don't know if y'all from the 80s and 90s and stuff like that, but the show was based off the 80s and 90s. Based. So why Julius had to sit up there and do that and Everybody Hates Chris? Why they already betrayed that woman to sit up there and do wrong and stuff like that, fuss at everything that goes on, work 2-3 jobs and stuff like that, and still couldn't get nothing right.
Are you talking
Yeah,
about everybody hate Chris?
Hey man, Everybody Hate Chris was a positive show, man. That was a young black boy with a black
yeah,
family.
it was a young black boy, but the black man stood up for
Yeah.
him.
I see where you going with that. You're right. You
Man,
right.
he still was taking care of his family.
The
But
father
hey,
caught all the wins.
hey, host, can I say something right quick?
Come on.
Hey, the fact of the matter is, man, they remake all these shows, man. That all these dudes are influencers. The white man controls everything that we looking at. These men can't even make that type of money without having to say so of them. The bottom line is they control what they say put on TV. They control what they put on the content. Just like back in the day, I think Eric said it when we grew up. One of the guys said when we grew up, we watched shows that uplifted, Cosby shows. We watched all this stuff. We was more stronger. We still had stuff going on, but we was a little bit more united. They understood back then, you know what I'm saying, that all they had to do is take them shows off. Them shows are gone now. Everything you see on TV, we had a lineup. Everybody had a lineup through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, everything that's being shown is influencing us to do something that we ain't got no business doing. They keep making movies about Django or Mississippi Burning. It's always something racist. Or something about us in poverty. Or we shaking ass. Or we gangsters and we killings. We ain't doctors. We not lawyers. We not businessmen. We not any of that stuff that we used to be. And all our kids and everybody around us is seeing the same thing. So Tyler Perry may not he may everybody might have they whatever they think about him left or right, but you can't make that money. You can't make that type of money until the white folks say you can make that money. And if you go out of pocket, you go too far to the left, you do what they tell you not to do, you start feeling yourself, and they'll start bringing stuff on you. The whole industry is a goddamn scam, man. If you ain't in no book, if you ain't reaching or teaching your children hands-on shit, let the TV and educate them, you're gonna find yourself doing the same shit that was always been done. All that shit is a generational curse. And if you don't break it, it's gonna keep going down the way it is. I rest,
Yeah,
bro.
you're right. You're right.
Hold on,
If
it's
you
a
go,
sister.
if,
Hold
Talking
on,
about
hold
if you
on.
that,
go
that's
against the
that's the
machine,
reason why I
you
brought
going
up
to jail.
Hold
I
on, it's a
brought up.
sister up there. Let's let her speak,
You
then
know
we'll come
Martin and
behind
Gina,
her.
right?
Hold on,
Y'all
brother.
know the
Hold on.
Martins. Y'all
Hold
done
on.
had it.
Hold
Oh,
on, Queen.
never mind.
We're gonna let the sister speak, and then we'll let y'all come behind. Go ahead, Nadej. I got you. I got that name right.
You saying it with confidence. Um, so I didn't watch the movie.
Okay.
So, but with the gentleman that said mentioned about Everybody Hates Chris, like the gentleman said, that was a positive.
Hold on.
That
Why
was a
you didn't
po-
watch the movie? Because you ain't had time, or you didn't want to watch it? Like, once rush through it.
So I'm not going to get into it, but I heard it was triggering for a lot of people, and
Wow.
I don't know exactly what it is. Like I don't know. So I'm not in the mental state to watch anything triggering.
Okay. You can
Uh,
finish. Go ahead.
um. So yeah, with everybody.
It wasn't a series, ma'am. It was. I mean, it wasn't a movie. It was a series.
Which one
No,
are you
go ahead.
talking?
No, go ahead.
Everybody hates Chris.
I had cut off. I think probably didn't hear you right.
Oh,
Keep going.
I know it was in a movie. I know it's a show. Um. So yeah. So I love the fact. So let me just. I love the fact about Everybody Hates Chris. It was a positive show. I love the fact that when Tisha would go to a job and they told her something that she didn't like, she would quit right on the spot and say, my husband has a job, and would leave. And the husband used to work tired, but never complained. Like, it shows like everybody has their role. If somebody needed to cook dinner sometimes, but everybody ate at the table. at the end of the day.
So you don't see nothing wrong with that? What you
I
just
do
said?
not.
I was
No,
just about to ask. Hold on,
I
E.
do
Go
not.
ahead. Talk to her. Go ahead.
I do
So
not.
so it's okay for you to see your husband work his tail off, and then when he come in the house, you fussing at him. That's cool with you.
Who said? Did she fuss at him
Yes,
about what?
everything. He couldn't do
About
nothing
what?
right. He couldn't
The
do nothing right in
husband?
the house. The
The
husband.
husband?
Yes.
I don't. Are we watching the same show?
Come on, you can't be serious.
I know that
So
she
you so
she
you
would.
only seen you only so you only seen it through the woman's view. That's it.
I seen the whole show. It
Well, how
doesn't.
you
It's
gonna
not pertaining.
The
how you
whole
gonna
show,
do
you didn't
this?
see the whole
Hold on. Y'all
series.
got
I
it.
see.
Come on. Y'all got it one at a time. You got to
So
be
Yeah,
I would see where
somebody
she
echo.
wanted. I would see where she would want certain things, and he's like, "Do we really
Eric, you
need
got an
it?"
echo, Eric.
Yeah, everybody got to echo. Y'all got it one at a time. We got to cut the mic. You got to echo. Big bad. Go ahead, sister. It's on you.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, I would see like where there was an episode where she would want something, and he's like, "Yeah, do we really need it?" And they would have those type of conversations. But maybe I skipped the episode. I have no idea. All I know is that at the end of the day, they sat at the table, and they talked about what happened, and they ate as a family. And they talked about like what was going on. Like the children had their roles. I just found it as positive. Maybe I saw something different.
Man, him having his wife nag at him, bro, that's such a small thing.
What did he? Can you tell me what he nagged up?
It,
What she
it, I
nagged?
mean, the show was positive. You got a
Yeah,
positive
it's so
point.
small.
There's too many mics. We got a bad echo. I want to hear Thanos. I haven't heard him. Come on, brother.
Good man, what's good? I'm gonna say this right. I didn't see the movie, right, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't watch movies like that. Any type of black movies or nothing like that. It's simply because a lot of that stuff I done lived and experienced growing up. I don't need to rewatch nothing that I officially have already learned from to become a better person, to know to make the right choice and decision to where I don't fulfill anything that reflects the past. Tyler Perry, I done seen the views and what people got to say about Tyler Perry work and everything. How could somebody be offended about somebody that took a portion of the truth in the black community and putting it on TV? A few years ago, wasn't people bickering and crying about this lady not getting paid the amount of money she's supposed to get? You know, she never argued about a certain role. She argued about pay. She argued about her not getting the recognition. So a movie come out where she star in, and Tyler Perry is the one behind it. And a lot of our black women have an issue with his depiction about what really goes on in the community. There is absolutely nothing wrong with what Tyler Perry is doing. It's the mere fact that if the story would have been around the man, there would be no all this fuss behind it. Because didn't Will Smith play in a movie similar of a struggling dad? What's the name of that movie?
Happy ending. Pursuit of happiness. Nigga, he got to the check afterwards and took care of his family. Nigga was happy.
And John Doe, it remind me of John Doe. Remember when Denzel Washington, when his son
John
needed the
Q. John Q. John
yeah,
Q.
whatever.
So when the black fathers play in these movies and show how the black father struggle, show how the black father did what it takes to get to help his family, push his family to the next phase, or whatever method this black father had to go through to get his family to the next step where they could proceed and be better in the future. Nobody looking at the struggles of the black father. They looking at the ending. But now people just focus on the struggles of the black woman in the movie. Damn the ending, because a lot of people that got a problem with it. Just, you heard the lady said, she fast forward. She didn't care about seeing the process. She just want to see the product. She don't care about, you know what I'm saying, the journey. She want to see the equation. So you if you're going to look at a movie like this here, if you're going to look at, you know, what Tyler Perry is pushing out into the world, he's not doing nothing wrong. In reality, a lot of our black women in our communities struggles need to be known and be understood, how to keep them out of it, how the black man need to take care of his woman so she don't go through that. Because the more we suppress the black woman struggle, the more we suppress the black woman blood, sweat, and tears, the more we suppress that, we as a people, we will never understand coming together to help our black women. Because at the end of the day, like I said yesterday, every race in the world, women want to be a black woman. The steroids and creatine, they didn't make that for the black man. Because we come the way they want their race to look. They look at us and be like, damn, I want to be big, strong, just like that black guy. The white women say, I want to be curvy, thick, with all this shit like the black woman. So we is the substance, we is the truth. I just think when it comes to what we go through, we need to share it and be satisfied. I think what we go through, we need to share it, learn from it, and help us as a people to where these don't be the only stories that we have to tell about ourselves, because there are a lot of successful stories within our community.
Well, I mean, we don't never hear about them though, big dog. We don't never hear about successful stories though, bro.
Okay, could I give you one of them that has taken place for the last 23 years? LeBron James. LeBron James ain't had no daddy, had a mama. And everything that
I got a question, bro. I got a question because I keep hearing a lot of people saying he paid Taraji P. Henson. He making women millionaires, so it's okay. Why don't we treat Future like that? You know how many millionaires he made? Is he not destroying the minds of the youth with the negative stuff in his music? We don't look at it like shit. Future done made niggas rich, bro. Goddamn, shit. Molly Percocet.
A lot of people do.
Well,
but see, I'm gonna tell you this here, right? Now, these type of substance, I'm not gonna say the D word, these types of substance were never in our communities. They in our communities because we kept it there. We have a choice to not deal with that stuff, but we choose to deal with it because some way, somehow, it has germinated toward our community where we can make a living. And I have to, I'm gonna always be forever in debt with my community because of the things that I have did. I also have my own podcast. I have my own website. I have my own LLC. I have all that because I want to.
But you doing positive influences. You doing positive influences though, bro. You got to understand some of this stuff. When we see movies like we understand that we was hung back in the day. But when we see movies like that, man, it's no need to talk about that stuff no more. We passed that. A lot of stuff that he's bringing back things that we're trying to get away from. He's not making no movie about two doctors that came out the hood and made it out. He's not talking about lawyers and stuff like that. He's not talking about how black women can be astronauts. He didn't produce Hidden Figures. I'll take Hidden Figures over the stuff of this movie right here. He's not talking about that. He's talking about stuff that we still see every day. And just like anything else, like my uncles and them who fought in this country, who can't even watch a military movie without having PTSD. Some of these women and some of these families can't watch movies like that feeling the same effect.
But why sit down? I understand what Thanos is saying. Why sit down and put yourself through that?
Make sure you send me your podcast in my inbox too, bro.
Okay.
Why sit down like he's saying? You're addicted to the victim mentality. You are addicted to watching something like that. Why watch it? I wasn't gonna watch nothing like that because I don't need those thoughts in my mind. And when I was watching it, I actually was at work. No, I'm just saying it's this typical depression. Like you could see how she was looking in the movie. She looked all wore out, tired, and I just knew in my spirit it was gonna be one of those movies. Just like Oprah, who needed A Color Purple too. Only time she come to the BLK community is when she need a slave movie.
Yeah.
Like, are we gonna keep funding these movies?
Yeah.
Are we addicted
And
to
that
the
was
plantation?
even worse.
The plantation psychosis is what I call it. We addicted to watching this stuff.
Hey, Porcelain Queen, you just hit on something that is very, very, very beautiful. We have our own people. I'm gonna tell you this here. They make more Mission Impossibles and Star Wars and Harry Potter movies, the same plot, different tricks. But when it comes to us people, they only know what always keep us mad and stagnate. Let's show them struggling. Let's show them in jail. Look at the movie Monster Ball. I lost all respect for Halle Berry from that movie there. Don't get me wrong now.
Oh, that movie was gruesome. That movie right there, it took it to a gruesome level.
I'm just saying this here. I have seen with my own eyes. My people are the definition. As a matter of fact, a big play. I saved a video from Twitter. This dude asks AI, if you was in heaven, what race you would come back and be and why? Man, you wouldn't believe what that AI said. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it directly to you.
No, he said you'll come back and
That's
be the
why I
black
say
descendants and everything else because you the representation of Jesus Christ. That's what he said.
Oh, okay. But you heard. You heard when that AI said what race he'll come back as.
No, they're gonna fix it. They're gonna patch it. Like they patch Alexa, just like they patch everything else. They're gonna patch that.
Okay,
hold on, Thanos. The sister want to speak, then you can come right back in. Then Lake, you can come after that. We'll let the new brother come in. Come on. All right.
No, the only thing I was gonna say is with Tyler Perry, the gentleman is what he's saying is right. Like I'm over. When I saw the cast, I wanted to see it, but when I saw that everybody was talking about the reviews about being triggering, I was like, yeah, I'm good. But I don't watch any Tyler Perry shows or movies because, first of all, he has enough money to buy proper wigs for these actresses. Let's just keep it real. I'm so dead ass serious. I'm so serious. It annoys me. And then the storyline.
They got it. I'm gonna tell you about the wigs. The reason they do that because they got to put the mics in the wigs.
No. He got too much money. No. It's horrible. Like it's horrible, right? So then that's showing us like, what are you showing? You know what I mean, to the world. And then it's just the same storyline.
In the middle of the Times Square, you didn't like that?
Oh, that I didn't mind. I mean, that was an artist, right? That was an artist. That I didn't care about that.
I want to ask the two ladies here. Did you like it?
So I didn't. I didn't mind it, right? Like it really didn't. It didn't.
What you asked me?
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. I don't know the question.
I was asking you, did you like that statue in the middle of Times Square?
Oh, I'll let her answer because I did a whole live about that statue.
Oh, okay. So I'll be real quick. For me, I didn't care. Like it was an artist that did something. I mean, the only critique I have was he could have put something nicer on her. The outfit looks, kind of cheap, but that's about it. Like I didn't really think anything of it, like as far as the shape goes in the face. However, there's been a lot of talks on social media about it, right? And it baffles me because you hear there was a lot of men bashing this woman, but yet we hear a lot of men on here talking about, "Ooh, be natural, be you, we like a fupa, we like a this and that, da." And then this statue came up, and now you're saying the total opposite. But
hey, can I ask an honest question to y'all women?
Go ahead.
Like for real, why is it okay when it's not down being like, I ain't gonna say the downfall or this and that. I've watched, I'm 42 years old. I've watched a whole lot of Tyler Perry movies. Okay, so when Kelly Roland got announced and everything, why is everything go to cheating?
Come on, brother.
What's your question? I'm trying to understand it.
Question? Yeah, I don't understand.
Man, y'all know it. Why does everything go to cheating on his latest movie?
I ain't get a chance to see it. Cheating what? What you mean cheating? I ain't heard nothing about no cheating.
Yeah, it was a smurderer and stuff like that. She still cheated with him.
I'm lost.
I gotta go see it. I don't really like watching his movies.
So the fact of the matter is, I will say, I'm gonna keep saying something.
Yeah, that was his latest movie. Y'all,
Go Go ahead,
Yeah.
lady.
The fact of the
Christina.
matter is, these guys are industry plants. These guys are influencers. You cannot make that type of money without the white man saying so. What he wants Tyler Perry to do is keep influencing us in different
Oh, he
ways and
lost it.
stuff like that. That's how I feel. It's not even about. It's
Hey,
about the
all
content
you
of
gotta
that.
do is type in, man, Kelly Rowland, Tyler Perry movie, and
Okay.
then you will see the name of the movie.
I'm gonna watch it because I keep hearing about it, but I don't really like watching his movies
Yeah, with the paint scene, with the
because
females and everything else,
I'm
they
trying to tell
try
you.
to, reel you in and stuff.
yeah,
If
I don't really like.
Acrimony 2 drop tomorrow, who gonna watch it?
Yeah, I don't really like watching his movies because it's always depicting the same black stereotypes. It's like, okay, yeah, she's a damsel in distress. She's either getting abused, and the black man is always the one that's abusing her, and then there's another black man that's coming to save her. It's like, bro, we
Yeah,
got
but see, in
more.
this movie right here, it wasn't the man that coming to save her. She going to save him, and she's supposed to be a detective in this movie.
I know what you're talking about. That's I know what
Yeah,
you're
I'm
talking
just tired
about.
of the same. I'm tired of the same stories.
Yeah, this movie just came out
Yeah, it
like
just
what,
came out.
a
It's been out
year
about a
ago?
year. About a year two. Yeah, about a year two ago.
No, about a year ago.
It ain't fresh off the press, but I'm just basically saying it's just influence to me, host. All he do is influence, influence, influence.
Hmm.
That's why I say if you look back when we came back in the day and stuff like that, for
And
movies
you
like
know
Charlie
what? You know
Purple,
what?
all
I
them
don't
movies,
mean to
man.
cut you off. I promise you, I don't mean to cut you off. But you know, what I've seen so many females sit up there and say in the comments, "Oh, I like the way he did her in this movie. I like the way he. Oh, Tyler Perry went ham in this movie.
What is it called again?
Mel Copa or something like that.
Mel Kofa.
It's yeah, Mel Copa or something like that. Some, but
Because I want to
like I
ask you what you asked me about the statue. I pulled up some pictures for you.
Yeah,
I
but
see
I
you.
just
I see
wanted to
you.
say
I
that.
see you.
This is
I
the
just wanted to
artist.
say that, bigger
I
play.
oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, so you did it. Okay. All right.
These are
You
all the
did.
statues that the artist had made.
Yeah.
He made all of these statues in London. Why did he give us the fat one? I don't know. So he had the capability of giving one. This one was beautiful that he made. He
Why you
put
can't do a thick
he
one?
he
Lord have mercy.
this is another one that wasn't as big. Look at her shoes, her clothes fit, her
I
breasts
seen the
not
video.
saggy.
He got him with braids. He got some of these brothers
Yeah,
reading. I
exactly.
seen it. I
So
seen it.
this is this one. So the one that he give us is this one. It looks like Rasputia off Norbit. You know, when they want to praise this statue, and I'm like, that's not a representation of me. And it's like anything that these women have and want to attach themselves to black. Oh, he did a black statue. Do you know how many? Let me say this. Let me tone down my voice.
No,
But
you
I have
good. Go ahead.
predominantly YT supporters from my page. Do you know how they found this statue as the most hilarious thing in the world? And these people thinking that this is a representation of them? Do you know how like this statue was like worldwide laughable, and these women are trying to hold on.
Fortunately, you broke up. Fortunately.
They had to put that statue in my
Yeah,
hometown, right in New York.
exactly. A Democrat, Eric Adams, was the one that approved it. You know, and you know, I just want the statue down. I want the statue down. I'm tired of seeing the statue, but you have the
But
big community.
I thought
It's
it's still up. I thought they took it down.
Yeah, it's still up, man. I just seen that shit
it's
the other
still
day.
up. They need to
Burn that
take it
shit.
down. I want the statue
can
down,
I
where's
man.
it
can
at?
I
I
Where's
want
it
that
at?
statue down.
Where's the
can I ask
statue
can
at?
I
It's
ask
on 42nd Street on Times Square.
Oh
They
wow.
want more
Oh wow.
controversy. I thought it was
They
down.
they
I
do.
never
let
heard
me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all something.
what is
If
that.
they let's say if they didn't put up that statue, right? And
They
they
said
put
big box it.
and they put up
Huh?
a statue of a petite black woman, there's still going to be complaints from other big women that is in our community that's going to say, "Well, that's not a representation of me." So it's
That's the
like,
statue right there of a petite woman. She
no,
had the
no.
Hey,
baby hairs.
okay,
What I'm saying
okay,
is that if they
okay,
would have put that up
okay.
there
Hey,
instead of the other woman, they would have
hey,
probably said the same thing.
hey, bigger play. Can I ask you a question?
No.
You get what I'm
Real
saying?
talk. So, so if anybody don't understand, yeah, I'm from the Americas. Yeah, but that's the reason why they tell you to stay your black ass at home. And I ain't really want to say that on your podcast, but why Ehiko? Why Ehiko got a statue of Martin Luther King right there?
You talking riddles, man. You be having people puzzled.
Nah, because I don't want to say nothing on his podcast and getting banned.
Nah, you good. He saw. He probably. He's saucy. Come on, you good? Come on.
Nah.
Dang, I ain't heard you.
This why you think they don't do mega evers like
Stanley.
we?
Come on, Stanley.
I haven't been like.
I've been
talking about Tyler Perry, right? So.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, so the script still
Can
with Tyler Perry.
can we sign a petition?
I said what I had to say. Think about Oprah.
I'm tired of saying it.
Yeah, you can. You always can sign a petition.
I mean, it ain't gonna happen in New York. New York is ignorant. New York is one of the most ignorant. Let me tell you.
They got it up.
But see, the thing
Hold on, let me
is,
tell you something.
Let
me tell you something about New York, right?
Hold on, Stan,
bro.
Stan, go ahead. I'll let you add a
So
go
the
ahead.
other day I had to give. I'm gonna tell you how ignorant New York is. So the other day I had to give a presentation at HRA. For y'all don't know, that's like the welfare. You go down there, get government assistance. So when I get there, I got to speak in front of a crowd for services, right? So yesterday I was really upset, and I was ready to be done with my BLK people, but especially the ones in need, the disenfranchised and impoverished, right? And so this what I went there to give out services and give a presentation. So when I'm there, it was a lady there, and she had on a COVID mask and a big black wig, but you couldn't tell if she was Spanish or white, right? So she was tweaking in there, right? So when she was tweaking, she was doing stuff like, like a DRUGS user would be like leaning and falling almost over and tipping in her. It was just like kind of like alarming. And there was children there because when you have a government place like that, the children come out with their mothers, and half of these women are in shelters and stuff like that. So I'm looking at this lady tweak, right? And I'm like, this is unfortunate that these kids are seeing this, right? And this is not even a setting for that. So if you're dealing with somebody and she's so incoherent, she wouldn't even be, coherent enough to deal with a caseworker, right? So she's tweaking. So I'm looking at the security guards, like waiting for them to like tell this lady, you straighten yourself out, or you're gonna have to probably leave. So they approached her and they was like, ma'am, are you all right? And she was still incoherent. You couldn't even make out what she was saying. And then a lady, a BLK woman, was right in front of her, sitting in front of her, and she was really offended. I guess she felt like uncomfortable that this lady was tweaking in front of her. Then there was another group of BLK women that was comfortable with it. Like, why you messing with her? They said, why you messing with her? She ain't bothering nobody. She just over there tweaking with her wig on. And I was like, wow, this is crazy that some people could accept this. And I said to myself, okay, this is the abnormal adapting to making a situation normal, right? So I'm saying whoever these women are that feel it's okay to do that in front of children, they probably witnessed their mother tweaking out or like somebody in their family tweaking out. So I was like, okay. So I said, ma'am, she's just trying to say that it's just making her feel uncomfortable. And then, they don't want what about your children being exposed to this? They flipped on me, bro. They was like, what? Look at you with your damn church suit on and all that. I was like, whoa. And it was aggression, right? Like really aggression, like I was judging them. And I was like, when I left, I was like, so they missed out on services because I felt like kind of intimidated. It was like a bunch of ratchet women. I hate to say that, but they was acting really ratchet. And I guess they was feeling like my suit represented them feeling uncomfortable, like it represented something they wasn't from. And
yeah, I got lost in the sauce.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
But
go ahead, bro.
let me,
You got lost in the sauce. All right.
No, hold on, brother. Let Stack finish what he was saying. Come on, Stack.
See, he probably not ready for what I'm saying. So what I was saying, when I left there, I felt I had to call some of my people to get some advice. I called my moms. I called my friends. I was like, yo, explain the situation to them to see if I was bugging. Like, did I violate them? And I started, wait, maybe I was being judgmental. And they was like, nah. You wasn't being judgmental. That was just a group of people accepting the abnormal and turning it into normal. And I was like, yo, that's bad. And so there's a group of people that are still acting like NIGGERs. You know what I'm saying? Like they making our people look really bad, and they don't even want to be better. And then I started saying to myself, you know what? I said, let me fall back, because it's insane for me to think that all people want a healthy lifestyle and quality of life. All people don't want that. Some people quality of life is just that: staying in the projects, smoking weed with their kids, drinking, being outside. Some people want that, and that's their right. And I started saying, yo, I can't even judge, because that's what they want, and they can have that because it's freedom over here. And I just land.
That's deep, Stat. But you that's called putting boots to the ground. We haven't heard from Stanley. Come on, Stanley.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate you being patient. I tried to ask you to come on before. I don't think you might not have heard me. Come on, brother. You can speak.
No, I'm cool, bro. So I watched the movie The Straw. I'm from Africa right there, but sorry to say this, I was offended by the movie.
Can you tell us
Like
why?
there is, yeah, why I was offended, because it did. This is like bringing up a past. It's like this is. Why can't you? I've been watching Tyler Perry movie. It's like bringing back agony. This, why can't it happy? Why can't it have a happy ending? Like it was all about the solo that I have watched movies of late 80s. There are more successful black guys, lawyer bodies, that there are something to pull up out there. Like I want to put it this way, I don't want to call other race, because they have not shown what they can. Like they have not shown their weakness. You don't show people your weakness, so don't use it against you. I'm just seeing it I'm just seeing it like this, because when you show too much of your weakness, people, this mentality of a racist of something is just a mentality issue. They just keep it so that they can be better ahead. They don't show you that they can't eat, but you show them that you cannot eat. They're trying to show you what they can do, why you can do better. I've seen successful black guys, Americans, doing great. You bring in something like agony, tragedy. Why can't it have a happy ending? Even here in Africa, we do movie, but it always have a happy ending or something. I know the agony is there. I know the agony is there. It's having a long time. I know the history. We are reading history, how you people have been. I'm not there. I don't know how you people are doing over there, but I thank God that you people are just moving on. I'm seeing how you people are moving quickly. Why can't he, focus on it, like how the blacks are moving quickly, Let it pass all this agony, this kind of, I don't know how to put it, this kind of depression issue, just trying to bring out a poor black, trying to make people to look down on blacks. No, for me, it looks so terrible. Why can't you just put something good, out there, Don't show people your weakness. All these people watching it, some people might be happy that this is happening to a black person. I'm just saying it. I just calm down to watch the movie. I watched the whole thing. It was just full of depression. Like the woman was like, come on, show people what you can do. Show them that the blacks can just show successful guides to things, so that people can move ahead of this. This is 21st century. This is a new generation. People are breaking barriers. So I'm just saying, like that's one thing, I like your platform. I'm just saying my mind, that you're supposed not to show that too much of weakness. Show what the black community can do. There are many people you can learn from top basketball players, top lawyers, black people who are doing great things. Don't always show your vulnerability to the world. When you show that, it gives some people the edge. Like they used to see you at the lower class. No, because the other race don't show you that. I haven't watched a movie where they show you their lower level. No, they don't show you that. Rather, they show you when they succeeded or in the middle of succeeding. You don't just show all your weakness. Sorry about that, but I'm just trying to make a point. I'm from Africa, I'm from Nigeria down here, but the movie was so boring to me. To be honest, yes, it might look emotional, but some people it's not emotional. It's a weapon against you. You just have to take it back. The movie is not funny. Thank you, everybody.
Okay,
Thank
let me
you.
ask you something, Stanley. Did you watch it by yourself or did you watch it with somebody?
No, I watch it by myself. I have it now in my phone. Yeah, I watch it by myself.
Do you know somebody else that watched it? A lady?
Yes, yes. I have a lady that watched it. Yeah, some of my friends, I sent it to them. They
What
said
what
the movie is
what
so boring.
what did they say? Did anybody like it?
No, no, like five people I sent it to, they'll be like, no, that the movie is just showing about the poverty of the black, like the vulnerability, the injustice. Yes, you people have passed that. It was in the past. Don't bring it to present. Don't show it. Yeah, you have to move on. We have even here, we all have our down this thing. Even there, some whites can, even some blacks are better than white, but the white don't show you that. I'm sorry to say it. They don't show you this. But when you bring yourself outside, you show the people who you are. You have to tame yourself. I'm just saying it for you. Like, we are better. We are better than this. He should show you. This is all about money. He's just showing emotion so that he can make money. But what about the impact it is creating in society? What does it help?
I
All
think
these things supposed to. It's
Hey,
supposed to be a kind of documentary. It's supposed to be a kind of documentary, a documentary movie. It's supposed not to be, just trying to do a movie out there about the black community, the suffering of a black community. No, if you can do it through documentary, we have a government. That's why I don't like the movie.
Okay. Come
hey,
on.
hey, host, bring Nana from the comments up.
What's her
She
name?
wanted Nana, Nana. She said the movie was awesome.
Okay,
so.
let me bring her up. I got her.
Okay, so I got something to say about Tyler Perry. First
Come
of
on.
all,
We got mics on. We got to try to mute your
I
mic.
can't hear.
Come on. Come on, Christine. You can come on.
Okay, so I have something to say about Tyler Perry. First of all, I've never been a fan of him, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because he's trying to normalize the men wearing dresses thing. To me, he's trying to be the face of making men feminine. And I don't want to just say that, but I don't want to say it and like make it sound harsh or whatever like that, but it's just like he's trying to be the face of making men feminine. And then he gets on there, he got all this money, but instead he wants to portray every BLK person as if they are the scum of the earth. Every movie he got, it's either a BLK man struggling, trying to get his life together, the woman taking care of him, or the woman just going through just suffering and pain and I mean it's never a good life. Like other races, you can see where they'll make movies and it's always showing them in a good spot.
Did you get a chance to see it, Christina, or because you felt like you felt the energy, you just didn't check it out too, or did you get a chance to check it out?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't give him chances no more to even look at it. I don't give him no more chances. I don't look at his movies no more. It's always the same concept. Somebody's struggling, somebody got to dig their way out of the hole, and they still ain't stable.
What you say?
I mean, it's always something.
She snapped.
I ain't telling a lie. Y'all know that. It's always somebody dig themselves out of a hole. It's always the same thing. It's never nothing different. And every time I turn around, he got on a dress. I wish he'd just come on out of the closet. I really wish.
Hey, Christine, let me ask you this, Queen. So, if now, when you look at his body of work, it's always us in a negative light, struggling light. It's never we're not superheroes, we're not doctors, we're not lawyers, we none of that. We just at the back of everything.
Loud,
we
strong,
see
and wrong. That's what we are.
Loud,
strong, and wrong.
Okay, so Tyler Perry, this is what he promotes. Now I'm finna take you somewhere, Queen. If this is what Tyler Perry promotes, why do we honor the American version of Black history in 28 days when it's only in the negative light as well?
Baby, let me tell you something. You ain't told nothing but the truth. I cannot argue with you on that. You are absolutely correct.
We want to let
and the reason why I asked that question in that manner, and because we got to look at a lot of stuff that we accept and try to take the content of it and justify our quote unquote ignorant behavior. I say our because I once was a person who tried to justify my idiocy, ignorance, and stupid choices based on what was told to me because I lacked, choose by choice, experience. So, with that being said, when Black history is taught to us in school, we learned about what was did to us by the YT people, the cotton field, the lynching, the beatings, and all of that. But then as we got older as Black beautiful people, when we decide to step outside the schools and do our own digging and researches, we're looking at the very things that make all these business successful. And we have come to the knowledge and the finding out that our ancestor created this stuff. We are not taught the good that we have been, the good that we have did for what exists today. We are taught, quote unquote, what Tyler Perry is teaching, because he himself is only operating at the manner of his own ignorance. If you got all this money, you went to TDJ Church and gave him $1 million, a tithes and
Well, he
offering.
like
You got
boys
all,
anyway, but go ahead.
you got all this money. You doing all this stuff. You telling me you do not possess. Listen, we only could judge a person by what they produce. You telling me, Tyler Perry, you do not possess the faculty to promote us in a good light, or the people who really pushing you is telling you what light to project us in.
I told you, Thanos.
All
I
right.
told you he can't
Come
make
on,
no
we got
moves.
three sisters in. I want
He
to let
can't.
the three sisters speak, and
Okay.
then we'll bring it back down. Come on,
He can't
sisters.
make no moves, bro, without them white people. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
No,
man.
you can, but I'm gonna tell you something. My teachings came from my elders, and I'm gonna tell you, my elders are I'm in South Carolina. We're Gullah Geechee, and my family is from St. Helena, South Carolina, which is they're African, they're Nigerian, Ghanaian. That's what they are on that side, my mother's side. So I get my teachings from them. So I don't listen to nothing no YT person got to tell me, because you can't tell me nothing, because I already know what you don't want everybody else to know. But unfortunately, other people don't. So my eyes are wide open, baby. But you know, I'm just gonna say I'm disappointed in a lot of things. I really am, and I wish things would change, and I wish things would be different, and I wish my people would just do the opposite of what they look at us as. We better than that. We kings and queens. Matter of fact, everybody mocks us. Everybody want to be us.
Okay, can I say something?
okay, yeah, sister, you, Coco, and Julian, and Miss Tiffany. We want to hear you guys. Go ahead, sister.
So he makes his own movies with his own money on his own land on his own time. It's not something that he's being made to do. This is what he chooses to do. And he said the reason why he does that is because the way he grew up. Remember, he was hood before he was good. He slept in cars and did plays and all of that before he became the billionaire he is today. He is true to his roots. He said when he was small, he used to watch his mama go to the hood and sip on her little sippy cup and play cards with her friends. And that's where he came up with the idea for this in the first place. So first 10 movies that he made was dedicated to his mother, because she used to get DV'd by his father. And that's what helped him make the movies that he makes today. And also, if this was such a problem to our community, why are we helping him be a billionaire? Because who you think paying for these movies? YT people ain't. I mean, they lining up to go see him too, but we the ones supported him first to do it. So I mean, how much of a problem could it be when people can really relate to these characters?
Okay, Miss Jones and Tiffany, and then No Stigma. We want to hear from you guys.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'll kind of piggyback off what Coco was saying, and I'll answer her question. Why isn't it an issue? Because for me, it's more so an issue. Just we as a community indulge in a lot of things that are traumatic because we had a lot of traumatic things happen to us. So the fact that a lot of people actually go see his movie doesn't necessarily mean that that's a great thing. We do a lot of things that are not great. And based on the types of traumas that we've experienced. I'll say this about Tyler Perry specifically. Like, I appreciate him hiring BLK actors and actresses and putting people to work and setting the example that as a BLK man, he can own his own studio and make his own moves. So I give him credit. I appreciate him coming from nothing, making something. That said, now that he's in a position to where his voice is widespread and he has a direct influence on a lot of people, the onus is going to be on him to decide what he wants to do with that voice. I have not seen Straw, so I can't say anything about it. I've heard people say it's good. The reason I have not seen it though is because I already know trauma. I already know surviving. I already know going through you know, life's trials and tribulations and deaths and all of that. I don't need to go see a Tyler Perry movie and trauma bond with a lot of other people to know what that means and how that looks. I think with the amount of money, because like you said, he make his own money, he decides what he makes. And I understand that a lot of his movies are based on his relationship with his mother, and maybe he's trying to pay tribute to her. However, with that being the case, sometimes you have to take ego out of it and look at what type of impact you are having on the people. And he has enough money to where he can do something different. There is going to be, with the amount of money he has, there is a line, a fork in the road, and he has to choose which path he takes. Right now, he's taking the path of comfortability. He's choosing to do what he's always done because that's what's always been what the people wanted. That's what's always gotten him his money. As you said, we as the people, we lean in on trauma like that because that's where we feel comfortable at. So we lean there. That doesn't mean that's a good thing. I used to lean on abusive relationships because that's what I was comfortable with. That doesn't mean that's a good thing. He has the amount of money, and I'm pretty sure people in his ear, good and bad, the fork is in the road. He has to choose. And then if he does not choose, then he gonna have to pay for that. That's just my opinion on it. I'm not here to criticize anybody that watches the movie. I'm just speaking my piece on why I see it like that. And I think, like someone else said, there are other things that he could be doing at this point. He could be doing both. He could still be honoring his mother, but at the same time, why not put something positive out in the atmosphere? Who wants to go? All I seen on my timeline, oh, we cried and we cried and oh, you gonna cry? I don't want to cry. Not like that. I don't want to be triggered. I don't want any of those things. I'm on a different timeline. I'm on a different vibration. If that's the type of time you're on, that's what it is. I've been there, but I'm past that. And so my whole thing is I hope at some point in time Tyler Perry passes that and do something different. Try something different. I know it's scary. I know that people love you. I know they're going to go see the crap all the time. And I not even call it crap, but they're going to go see these types of movie all the time because yes, it resonates because yes, we've all been there. But at the same time though, like we resonate with positive things as well. We not just one thing. We're diverse. We're not a monolith in that way where we all want to look at traumatic things and bond on that. Like do something different. At least try to do something different and see where it takes them. That's just my standpoint on it.
I'll be back in a minute, Kim. Give me a second. Come on, Tiffany. We want to let Tiffany speak, and then we're gonna go to No Stigma so everybody can get a chance. Come on, sister. You there? Okay, shoot. We have to go back to a Shane there. Come on, No Stigma.
Hey, host, can you clap it up? Can you clap it up for Jillian Jones for that point she just made?
Come on, Miss
Hey,
Stigma.
hey, family. How are you? Hey,
Hey,
host.
hey. Good to
Thank you
see
for
you.
welcoming me up. Okay, so I haven't seen the movie. I have no plan of seeing the movie.
Okay.
I will not support any of Tyler Perry's work moving forward. And my personal reason for that is that when I just looked at the statistics, only between 17 and 20% of Black women in this nation live below the poverty line. Why aren't we seeing stories of the 80 to 83% who don't? You know, yes, there are 47% of Black women in this nation who are single mothers, but not all of them are angry, bitter, and broke. And many of them have remarried or gotten married, baby daddy, whatever happened, that's fine. But she's been able to find somebody to love her and her children and be able to be the man in, the household. And so I think that Tyler Perry has been ingenious in that he has used this gap that was happening with our people to create, evening soap operas that drew the people in. People like it. They like to watch it. It's like the closest thing to reality TV without it being reality TV. He's made his money that way. But personally, I feel like Tyler Perry's body of work is very much like listening to a music producer. You can listen to, Teddy Riley and know his music, right? You can listen to, Dr. Dre and pretty much know his music. Like there's certain people that you just know from a production standpoint, their body of work. Tyler Perry is that to film, and he just repeats the same story. But I also feel like if you listen to any of his recent interviews, that he's been struggling with the loss of his mother and the grief behind it. And so this might just be his way of dealing with that grief, even though he's in therapy. It still is something that he feels like he needs to do. But not every Black woman is angry, and that's what I was just listening to. Is somebody used the word monolith. If we're presenting this to the world, this is why the world treats Black men and women the way that they do, because of what it is that people portray of us. And when our own people do it, they're like, oh, this must be true. And so I just wanted to present that because, hey, it's a First Amendment right in this nation. You can create what you want and say what you want, however you want to do it. That doesn't mean that we have to buy into it. And so I just make the position that I'm not going to support his work. And that's my right. I don't have to. I land.
Thank you, sister. Okay, go ahead. You guys can speak. I think everybody had a chance to speak. So, Lake, you were saying something, then we can move it around.
I don't
Go
think,
ahead, Ms.
I don't think Tiffany had a chance to speak, bro. I don't think
We
Tiffany
missed
had a
her.
chance
I'm
to speak,
sorry,
bro.
Tiffany. Yeah, we did miss you. If you want to speak, you can. We was asking for you, but you probably was gone. You there, sister? Tiff out. We'll come. She can come when she get ready. If you hear me, I don't know. She might.
Okay, I think all the ladies made significant points, man, and the young lady next to me at the bottom, she's right. All women are not, because they don't have a man in their life and struggling and doing bad. Our women out here are making some beautiful strides and doing some beautiful things, whether on their own, in the community, in their businesses, and everything. And they don't talk about stuff like that. There's women out here running circles around some of the men. They're going to school. They're opening up businesses. They're doing their thing, and they're not being talked about. But like she said, every time you turn on the TV or one of these movies, we're being portrayed, or the women being portrayed as something else, and the men are being portrayed as something else. He can remake the Cosby Show. He can remake Family Matters. He can remake all the stuff that we grew up on to elevate us, but he does not do this stuff. And like the women were saying on the post, that if they're tired of being looked at in that light, I mean, it's so disrespectful towards them too. So how is anybody else looking at them? How are we looking at them? That's why I say, man, it's an influence. It's an influence. The YT people are telling him what he can and cannot do.
No, they not. They not telling him nothing. He owns his own stuff. How could somebody come to his studio and tell him how to spend his money on how to make films?
I'm gonna tell you, Coco. Hey, Coco, I'm gonna tell you.
Howard
Can I ask
Bill
you
is so
something?
mad.
Hey, Coco, can I tell?
Yeah.
Can I
Hey,
ask you
Coco,
something?
hey, Coco, listen to this, Queen. Listen to this for a second, right? Listen to this for 1 second, please. You ask how could they go to his studio and tell him what to do? Queen, we have watched these same YT people take our successful Black men and tear them in shreds with the media. We have seen this. we have seen this. And just think about this for a second. This man has the resources and finances to better us as a people when it comes to what he promotes about us. Because if I had a child right now I was raising, I teach him nothing about the past. I teach him every day in the present how to better his future. I don't want my child to be, I don't want my child to be looking at what the American government, quote unquote, YT / Black History of Minds, and using that as fuel to do nothing, because that same history has did nothing for us except enrage us for decades and decades and decades. With that being said, Tyler Perry, this man has his own compound, his own studios, and he like employ his own people. But why, when you put us on the screen, it's only negative? Tyler, you telling me you don't have nothing positive to say about us?
It's not about that.
But when it comes, listen, Queen. Tyler Perry has nothing positive to promote about his own people. He has nothing. Exactly. He has nothing. Just hear me out. He has nothing to say about a black man. He only has something to say about a struggling black woman. He's not talking about, not like somebody need to make a story on LeBron James, Michael Vick's, Judge Mathis.
So
like these.
So Daddy's Girls don't count. Okay, go ahead.
What you
that was
Daddy's Girl.
Father, that was a black father fighting for his children. So that don't count.
Say that again.
That was a BLK father fighting for his children. That don't count.
Who made the movie?
Tyler Perry. It's called Daddy's
What's
Girl.
good? Okay. Tell me what's good about it.
What do?
He was a BLK father. And yes, he was struggling. Yes, but he went to court and he got custody of his children. And he got a visit at the end.
And the mother. What was the mother doing?
She was depicted as something, but
okay,
that's what I'm saying.
No, listen. What movie doesn't have a plot twist? Y'all name me a YT movie that started off good and ended good.
You getting feedback. Hold on, sister. You got time to let the sister talk, then we come through. Go ahead, sister.
Me?
Yeah, I want to say something.
Can I go? Hold on. We're gonna let the sister, because we got 2 minutes. You can't hear nobody.
I'm saying, tell me a movie that starts off good and ends good. You want to watch somebody's life story, go watch a documentary. But I think that those stories all have to have some kind of plot twist. Good has to have a bad. What are y'all talking about right now?
Queen Coco. Hey, Queen Coco, what if Tyler Perry sat down and talked with you about the highs and lows of your life, and the only thing he wished to share the world with is the lows of your life? I would never take what I've been through as a man. I did 20 years in prison. My mom died for the VIH. She struggled through prostitution, through you name it. She was an addict, an alcoholic. Listen to me, Queen. My mother was everything that the world frowned upon. But if I didn't have my mother, I would not be able to love anybody that suffered from the things that my mother suffered from. So my mother's suffering was actually my birthplace to love people no matter what. But if you give that to Tyler Perry, if I take what I have been through and I give it to Tyler Perry, he will not speak. Tyler Perry will not speak about me as a man and my growth and betterment. He will only, what I know with his action, he will only speak about the things of the struggle and the pain. The only way we can stop hurting.
I thought that most of those stories ended. Most of his stories end positively. Most of his stories end positively, but you are just hyper focused on the negative vision of what he's putting down. Stop acting like we ain't doing this kind of stuff in real life, because we are. Like, there's still people out there struggling. You may not be personally, but there's a lot of people out here struggling, and our kids are a reflection of that in these streets today. So, what do y'all want us to be depicted as? Just like when Porcelain was up here talking about the statue in New York, the big lady or whatever, talking about that's not me. Yo, no, it's not you. But on average, America is obese. I don't care what color you are. So you're hyper focusing on the negative, and every movie that I've ever seen ended positively. But yes, it had to go through some kind of crazy, bad, dramatic drama, something, whatever. But at the end, they ended positively. So I'm confused on what y'all mad at.
Can I go next, guys?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so Coco, I agree with you. I feel the same way. I just think it's all about perspective.
Wow.
I think what he display is reality. And I think a lot of times with the Black community, we like to sugarcoat things and make it, look good for other people cannot look at us that way. But I feel like this, a person going to look at you that way regardless. Take Donald Trump for example. He has a cult, right? His cult, no matter what evidence, no matter what you put in their face, their whole objective is, oh, he's a great guy. So I feel like that when it comes to our community, and I notice that a lot of people in our community really do care about what the other community think about us. And I think that's the problem as well. No matter if he display, I'm talking about positive movies, it's still going to be an issue. People still going to look at it in a negative way. But I mean, I don't see a problem with what he's displaying because I feel like it's reality. People don't want to, people
In
don't
reality, there's balance though. That's the whole point. I'm not saying he can't do a straw. I'm not saying he can't do a daddy's girl. But in my reality, as Coco said, there's good and bad. So with that being the case, for the ones of us who feel like a lot or the majority of his work is always leaning in one way, we're not like the outlier here. I think that it's a lot of people that really feel like that. Just think about music, for example. Yeah, I've heard so many people, and you can say, well, I hadn't heard that, but I've heard so many people talking about the music of today, the type of culture it is. They talk about how ratchet it is. They talk about how violent it is, when at the end of the day, there is a whole sector of music that the attention is not on. There's R&B music that's still out there. When I go to Europe, when I go to Dubai, when I go to any other culture, it will trip you out how they play the stuff. They pay attention to the music that we do, the R&B and all of that. We don't even do it here, but they love our music like that over there, and it's represented over there in that fashion. It's only here in the States when I turn on the radio or turn on whatever Sirius or whatever, and I'm bombarded with a whole bunch of ratchet ass music, and there's a whole nother side to us. Yeah, there's a whole nother side to us musically. There's jazz, there's R&B, there's rock, there's all types of things. However, the mass lean into all of those things that are horrible about us. And all I'm saying is let there be balance. That's all I'm saying. There's Venus, there's Serena. You mean to tell me that man couldn't have been done put together something where there's a story about some athlete or the lady that is helping to cure cancer, the Black lady? There's a lot of other things and stories that could be told out there. I understand straw. I understand losing a child. I understand mental illness. I understand all of those things. I just lost my mother. However, the thing about it is that there needs to be balance. Yes, there is good and bad. So where is the good for those of us who think that the majority of his stuff ends in a sour note and portrays us in a sour way? That's all I'm saying. You don't have to agree with me. This is just my opinion. I'm not judging
I
you
was just
all
going to say about
choose to entertain. I'm simply saying why I don't entertain it. And that's why I don't know why y'all feel like a way about it. I don't feel a way about you saying that you like it. Don't feel a way about me saying that I don't.
Okay, can I say something real quick? Because I didn't finish. And I get what you're saying. I hear where you're coming from. But the only thing I say with our community is we always, it's never some, to me, it seems like, for example, with the statue, that's a prime example. The way it's all about perspective. I didn't take it in a way of, oh, she's big and obese. I took it as that is the average way um a person looks, a black woman look. I didn't look at it like, oh, she's ugly. She looks ghetto. She looks, I didn't take it that way. But seems to me, everybody else, a lot of other people thought that they were being funny or, trying to say that,
Projecting their
our
personal
community are obese.
insecurities.
But yeah, and I just think it's all about perspective. I don't know. I'm the kind of person I look at stuff for what it is. I mean, the statue is what average day women look like, whether they
I wasn't
black,
offended by the
white
statue
tee.
either, just to be clear. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm just saying because I heard it early. I'm not talking about you in particular. I'm just saying in general. Let me make sure I say that because I don't want to offend anybody or I'm trying to throw off. I'm just saying what I noticed, like even with the statue, a lot of people were complaining about it. Even our community, they were so negative. Oh, she did, she did. I'm like, true enough, everybody don't look that way, but that's reality. And I just think it's all about perspective. Same way with Tyler Perry movies. I look at it like reality. I'm just happy that he's, doing what he's doing, being a black man. I'm just happy that he's able to, produce movies. I like, to be honest, I prefer that better than the slavery because that's something I'm tired of. And I feel
I
like,
feel like
Hey, Big Play.
exchanging trauma
We are,
for
all of
triumph.
us are proud of
His
him.
money is
We all
going
Hey,
are
hey,
into
proud
hey, Big
paying
about
black
Play.
him.
actors the wages they need
We
to
all
be
are proud of
paid.
him, but
The
he's not
stories
portraying
are
the thing
teaching
that's supposed to
people.
Africa.
The stories are teaching people who are not from our community of the struggles that we do face, the ones who do entertain it. And in the process, there's a profit being made and it's going back into BLK pockets.
right. Now that's what I look at. I look at the whole
No,
picture. I'm proud of him.
that's not true. It's
And
not
I'm
true because
Hold
he
on.
doesn't have his own distribution. He does not have his own distribution. That's the one thing that has not been said here,
Who's
is that
buying
he
movies?
still
Who's
has to
buying
rely.
DVDs? Who's buying
He's
DVDs? Who's buying
he's,
movies?
Hold on,
but
Distributing
they're
what?
not.
we can't hear. Let us speak and then you come back to it. Come on, sister. We want to hear you.
the the thing that everyone is missing here is
I
that
get you,
there's not a
Thanos. Come
single
on,
one of
let's
our
let the sister.
people who are able to function independent of a system that is not run by us, whether it's music, whether it's film, whether it's television, whether it's video. There is still a whole other people group who gets to say whether or not we get the distribution, whether or not we get into certain theaters, and they're not us because we don't own the theaters. We have to still negotiate those deals. We still have to negotiate what it streams on. We still have to negotiate whether or not our music gets onto Spotify and things like that. Those are the things that I'm trying to mention here that nobody's mentioned. And I know because I grew up in entertainment, so I know how that works. And if that were the case, they wouldn't have stopped Bill Cosby from trying to buy a major television network. Bob Johnson would not have sold BET. Essence Magazine will not be owned right now by somebody who is not our people. You see what I mean? So it's not just that he gets to make those things. He is producing certain things because there are other things that they will not buy. They will not say, well, distribute that because it's telling a story that I don't think anybody's really interested in, Tyler. So come back with something different. And then after the edits and things like that, then they get to say what theaters get, whether it goes into 300 theaters or whether it goes into 3,000 theaters. I'm just letting you know that that's how it works. So nobody has mentioned that, yes, he does have his own studios. Yes, he does make his own money. Yes, he is able to write his own stuff because he does not employ staff writers. Very rarely does he do that. He's writing his own things, and that's because he says himself out of his own mouth that he's a bit of a control freak. So he writes his own stuff, but he doesn't have the distribution. He doesn't get to say whether or not it gets on Netflix or whether or not it gets on, Apple TV or any of those things. Those are still distribution deals that have to be made, and our people don't own that. So I just wanted to share that because I think a lot of people are under the impression that that's the case. Can you get around that? Yeah, our people could come together. We got a whole conglomerate of people who are multimillionaires, if not billionaires, who look like us. But they know that, oh, if we come together, they're going to try to do any and everything to dismantle what it is that we've built on our own empire.
And to
And
be
so
clear,
they're a little shy.
look
They're
what they've
shying
done
away
with
from that.
Kanye. When people talk about money, like money is all it takes, them people close Kanye mouth so quick. He's a quote unquote billionaire, but at the same time, when he said what he said, they are slowly but surely trying to shut him down because they own media. They own media, like she said, and I swear to you, I was gonna I was gonna say something about the distribution because I wanted to say that he don't own AMC. He doesn't own Cinemark. He don't. He like you said, he has to negotiate to get into all of those places. And yeah, it's great that he has his own studios, but it's definitely still more to it than that. It's the main reason why you hear a lot of artists who are not doing the drill rap and all the other type of stuff saying that their music does not get out there. It's not promoted. They don't they're struggling. They're still struggling. A lot of them go overseas and they have success overseas because here the industry has it set up to where they have a certain segment of music that they want to get out there, and it is not the music that uplifts. It's not. I'm grateful that we finally got the wave of the country type of two-stepping and line dance type music coming, because to me, hopefully that'll open the door up for other types of music to get out there, and it's not something about pew-pewing somebody or just a whole lot of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I like all types of music, but I'm just saying I feel like there should always be balance. And so, yeah, I'm not
Tyler Perry is a
knocking Tyler
brand.
Perry's hustle at
He's a
all.
brand.
I'm not knocking his hustle at all. I appreciate as a black man, he's done what he has done for himself. I just personally want him to
Gillian.
extend.
Yeah, thank you,
Tyler
thank
Perry
you,
is a
thank you, Gillian.
brand.
Wait,
He's not
please.
working. He's not making movies to pay somebody back for making the movies. He's not borrowing from other
No,
people to
no.
pay for these movies. He's a brand. If he links up with a company that he's already made a name for himself, he's already made the numbers. They know that he's gonna pull in money. They know he's gonna bring in the money. It's not about the fact of what he's putting out to make the money. He's already proven that he can do that. He's a brand. He's not borrowing funds to pay other people back. None of that. All of it is coming from him. So when he links up with the company, most of the proceeds go to him. They just getting a cut. Whoever he link up with. But he's already proven that he's made that kind of money. They're the ones that's benefiting. Netflix is benefiting from him, not the other way around.
Saying is that he could have been done something different. If he
Can I
already
ask you
proven
something?
himself, then he could be doing something different.
Come on.
Please, can I say something? Like Coco, you watch movie. When you watch movie, you ask yourself, what did I learn from this movie? We all are happy for him. Nobody here, we all are happy for him. He made an assumption as a black man. He made this point, he made this money. We think we are all happy about Tyler. But what are you using your platform to preach out there? No, we all are happy for him. Nobody shooting the content for him. But ask yourself, if it is for entertainment, why can't you put it only on cinema? We watch movies, we learn from it. It occupies our brain, even when we are young or when we are growing up. You know that. Everybody know that movies occupies our brain. It is part of our daily going in and out. Whatever we watch today, it's what we portray us out there. So what we are saying is that we have a change in the movies. It's not that he should put on something. We are just suggesting. We are not even attacking him. We are just suggesting for him to do better. We are trying to make him to be better. We are not attacking him for that. He just playing on people's trauma. This is a trauma. You don't pry on it for somebody. You don't show it. You just hide it. Maybe you add something from. They are like him. He's a Perry. He knows how he rise. He can make a movie out of that. How the black man rise. Everything should not be all about agony or suffering. So you should do something for people to learn from, so that people can move forward. This is 21st century. You don't rely on the past. I know it might come to you that people are relying on the past. We are talking about the present. People are when you put yourself at the back, you become a backward person. You think back. But when you move forward, you move forward. Don't bring something. This is a past issue. We have learned from it. We have moved on with our past, with your past trauma. You move, you set goals. You put up new things. You encourage people. That is movie for you. You don't just put up suffering. What do you learn from this movie? Nothing. Ask
Well,
yourself,
I
what do I learn
have.
from this movie? Nothing.
Well, let me say this real quick. I'll say this, and that's the reason why I do like his movies, because I do think that everyone can. Well, feel like majority of people can learn something from it. Every movie that he made, I got something out of it to better myself, that I learned from, that I be, to give me a different outlook on life. So I can agree with that. I learned something from his film. Even the latest one, Scrawl, I learned something.
I mean straw.
So
I mean,
it's,
I mean the straw. I mean the straw, not all his movies. I mean the straw. I've
I
asked
mean,
myself,
yeah,
what did I learn from
I
it?
learned something from
Only
it.
trauma. Only trauma. That's all I learned. Only trauma.
I
That's all
think,
I
like I
learned.
said, it all goes to perspective. I mean, but you have to understand, and I think people don't realize this is reality for some people. It's not about, oh, he's putting a black woman. No, baby, this is reality. And
Mm-hmm.
people don't like the truth. Why is the voice is being, why then people always say, oh, he's always put, but this is reality. Divorce
Aside of
rate
that,
sucks right now.
are you
Our
the only one
community
passing
does
that?
not value family a lot.
Is your
We
skin
cheat.
color only
A
the
lot of
person passing through that struggle? Are you the only person passing through that struggle? No, not only you. Must you make yourself like I'm trying to? It's not only you. Come on,
No,
other
what I'm
other
saying,
other
and it's
cohorts are
just
passing
not
through
the
it.
black community. I'm pretty sure Caucasians,
Right.
other
He
people can
talking
relate.
about the BLK community, not everybody else's community, the one he grew up in, the one that he learned in, the one he struggled in, the one he made his money off of. That's what he's
I just
talking
don't
about.
think people in touch with reality. People like the same way growing up with young girls. We was told this fairy tale. Oh, you get married. You do. That's not reality. This is real life. Look at the world. It's freaking on fire. This is reality. And for any race, we all going through it. I don't care what you are. It's reality. Divorce rate sucks for everybody.
Hey, big play. I want to ask this question right quick. I'm gonna mute up. Hey, bro, you got some air freshener over there. I think somebody in one of these boxes done farted, man.
Mm-mm-mm. He's nasty. He's
I
Stanley.
want to.
Y'all have Stanley. Are you in Nigeria? Stanley.
He said he's Nigerian. Yeah.
Yeah. I said, yeah.
Y'all got movies just like we do that Tyler Perry making. They way more raunchy, way more. So I don't even know why you up for even
Do
commenting.
you know? Do you know that? Do you know that for movie, people think that we are ritualists because of what we portray out there. Let me tell you now what's
Sir,
going on.
blood sisters,
No, no,
black
no. Do you know that
world.
people think we do
Oh
more
my
voodoo
God.
in Africa? Excuse me, because of the movie we portray out there. You know that people see you as what you portray out. Do you know that? That's one thing people portray about you. What you put out there. That's how people see you as. It is occupied. You can't change that.
It's
That's
the
why I
truth.
say you should make.
It's
Why
the
people
it's the
so? Why
truth.
is our community so tacked on what other people think? They're gonna think it anyway. He can put out a positive. Trust me, baby. When they're gonna find a problem. When a person don't like you, they don't like you. Quit living for validation. Know that who you are as
Personally
a
don't
black
give a damn
person.
about
I
what
don't think.
nobody
I
think
don't think
or
that's
no
it.
other
I don't think
community
that's.
think. So let's be clear. I
Not
know I
okay.
don't
I'm not
care.
saying all. Let
No,
me
I
say
know you
this.
don't, but
Yeah,
you
I'm
said
not
that
saying
twice. That's
everybody.
why I'm addressing it because you said it before. But the thing is, my opinion comes about us. It's always about us. I don't care nothing about no white people, what they got going on. They have their own issues in their own community. And my whole thing is that I just want to see something more from us. That's all from him
And I
because I
can
know
agree
he
with
has
that.
the I know he has the capacity to do it. And as Coco said, yeah, when because he is a brand, the money is already made. If the money is already made, then what risk are you taking doing something different than what you've already done? That's the only question that I have of it. People got mad if somebody asked me, well, if he's successful, are you? So are you meaning to tell me if I'm not successful, then my voice can be heard? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why you leaning in on Tyler Perry to tell you how you should move and his word is gold because you think he has more success than the next person. I'm successful in my own right. I ain't got no Tyler Perry money, but baby, I can go when I want to. I got freedom. I can leave this country if I want to and come back when I want to.
Talk your talk.
I'm on my own dime.
Hold on, wait.
So
Don't
success
leave me
is
now.
really all about what
Bring that air
gives
freshener.
you freedom.
Bring that
Maybe
air
that's his
freshener.
genre too. Maybe what I would say this,
Make sure
because just like
make sure y'all
music, we
bring
have
that air
different
freshener.
genres.
Where that air freshener at?
Like we have R&B, we have country, we have rap. I think what the thing is, maybe we need to get more people into film that produces other, more variety. But
Now,
I think
Libby,
maybe
I
that's
like
just his
that.
genre.
That's true. Maybe he is that genre. Maybe
Yeah.
that's him. Maybe I have an expectation that Tyler Perry, at his point in his life, he can't surpass what I would want to see him do.
Yeah.
That's
That's a
maybe
good
he
point.
not know. Maybe he not
That's a
know
good
Ryan
point.
Coogler like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
Maybe
a real
he
good
not a
point.
Ryan Coogler. He a Tyler Perry, and that's perfectly fine. But just as far as the subject matter, people ask like, why you ain't staying strong? No, I don't want to. And God bless Tyler Perry. I wish him the best. Anybody that love his movies, kudos to you. I just have a different perspective of it, and that's it.
And it's
I
valid.
had
I see your perspective. I do.
I gotta say, ladies, that help me, because I really believe that you're right. I had the same expectation. Why he not doing this? But that's just like asking a country singer to be a rapper or go to rock. But if that's his lane, that's his lane.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? You need to go listen. So
Overtime. Go ahead.
I really appreciate the perspective, because I'm sitting here thinking the same thing, but I can't ask a person to understand something else. Is that's what he's into, and he's making a living off it. And so, like you said, maybe we should just select what we want to see. If we don't want to see it, we don't support it. If that's your thing, then you go support it. You know what I'm saying? So I thanks for helping me understand that, because the expectation is like, this man is the focal point. Why he not doing this and that, and maybe like you ladies say, that ain't his thing. That ain't him. So I gotta give it like I'm gonna look at it like that. So I choose not to have some type of expectation of the man when the man's only doing what he feels his lane is. Like you said, maybe we should get other people to do different things so we can have a variety. But like you said, balance is everything. But we have to look at it like that's what he do.
You know what? I agree with you. You
On
all
the
done
real
changed me
note,
a little bit because at first, hold on, I
on the
was a
real
little.
note, I'll say this and mute back up for a second. That's a perfect example. You know why? Because it's so much being said about what Tyler Perry just did, but there is no backlash or nothing of this magnitude when we all our black rappers, female rappers, except Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna just say except her, because she don't do it. All they want to talk about bending over, getting pumped, my butt this fat, this, my head this head that, sloppy this, sloppy that. They promote this. People have investments in these labels. You know what I'm saying? These small labels that promoting this same type of stuff. So, but we don't say nothing to the Sexy Reds, the Glorillas, and the Megan Thee Stallions, and all the whatever, the Copper Poppers and the cheap smackers. We don't. We don't have no. Hold on, let me finish. So if it's okay for these rappers, the male rappers, the ones talking about the unalivings and the D-dealings and the sleeping with 5, 6, 7, we don't have this much to say to them about some of the very things that plague the image of our own community, then everything Tyler Perry is doing should be accepted, just like all the other stuff that we see negatively being done in our community, and we accept it. I see what he do. The reason why I don't look at none of that stuff, because I don't need to relive mentally and emotionally what I have been through. I've been through it, and what I've been through is why I'm a better man. I don't need to see no more struggles. I don't need to see no more color purples. I don't need to see no more beloveds. I don't need to see no more roots. I don't need to see no more of anything that's going to remind me of nothing but stagnation and pain. So what I do, I'm telling y'all, a lot of people can hear me, and y'all can even go to my website on my podcast. I don't read books. See, some people read and study books. I read and study people. That's the big difference. So what I choose to do is stick to the things that would allow me to be better in the future. What Tyler Perry is doing, it rub a lot of people wrong. That's cool, but a lot of people got some good from it, and a lot of people got some bad from it. What would be any difference than you going to your playlist and all she want to talk about 735, 95 degrees, I ain't got no nigga and no nigga ain't got me, and you standing with the phone on the ceiling doing a TikTok challenge, bending over, twerking, popping, smirking, licking and sticking and picking. What's the difference? There is no difference.
There's a big difference.
I have,
There's a
That's what we
I
just
have,
talked about. That's what we just talked about. And that's
I
what
have,
there's a humongous difference. One, music is definitely controlled by the YT. Definitely.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
okay,
Who
can I,
you think on
host, can I make
these
three?
labels and where these advances and things is coming from? This is
I think it's the
YT
same
all day
though.
long.
Host,
They
I think
want
it's
to
the
take
same
that
with
I'd
movies
like
knowledge.
to
too.
make
Two,
three points.
Okay.
music is shorter and it's quick. It's subconsciously influential. It's way more
Okay,
powerful than a movie.
if the YT people, if the
Oh,
YT people has control
Can
of
I
the
finish?
music,
Can I finish?
why the only
Can I
why
finish?
the only
Can I
thing your
finish?
young black
Can I
sisters?
finish? Can I finish?
Tyler Perry
I
has a
agree.
unique influence
I
on black
agree
women.
with you on music being
I
very
don't understand.
dangerous to the community. I don't personally partake in that kind of music. However, that I believe that genre is definitely controlled by the YT.
I believe production is to a certain extent too as well. But the ladies up here help me understand something too. Like I don't listen to I don't listen to today's music. I'm back in the '90s. I'm still the AZ fan, a Nas fan. I'm still there. So I can't bump what's going on right now. But I do understand what everybody is saying. What everybody in this panel says is a choice. All of us have a choice. But we decide and we want to bring it to our mental health is real. What we want to bring into our lives, our homes, our kids. We have the right to say no. We have the right to say we're not doing that no more. We have the right to say we're going to uplift. Like Thanos said, he don't read, but I do read. We both want to be educated. We both want to grow. But at the end of the day, we all have the freedom of choice to decide what we really want to do. If you want to support them. If you don't want to support, you don't have to. But at the end of the day, everybody has the right to say what they feel and do what they think is going to be best for them and their family and their mental. The whole point is to keep your
Breaking up, brother.
Host, host,
don't do
Huh?
what you got to do.
host, I'd like to share a couple of things. I see the prompt you just put up, and I'm like, I can't even process that right now. I just wanted to share this because people have it. I don't know where we are economically and how we think as a people, but I just wanted to clarify something. It would be ridiculous for you to fund completely your own project, to put all of
Mhm.
your money in it. And I just now you're saying that
You
he is
talking
not
business now. You
financing
talking business.
100% all of his projects. And so I wanted to read this real quick. While Tyler Perry has significant financial involvement in his project, it's not accurate to solely finance all of his latest films. Here's a breakdown of his
You breaking up,
contract,
sister.
funding, and ownership. Perry has. I'm breaking up.
Yeah,
Can you hear
you
me?
back. You back. I think you back. Come on.
Self-funding and self-funding and ownership. Perry has a strong track record of self-funding his projects and maintaining ownership
Breaking up,
of his
sister.
work, including films. This allows him to retain a larger.
Baby, you
This
breaking up.
this allows him to maintain a
Can't hear you.
man.
We breaking up, sister. No
Okay,
stick.
I will pause and try to. Can you hear me? I'll try to move position, but whoever it was can go on and say
So,
whatever,
Hey,
and then
host,
I'll come back.
you
so
wanted
I have
someone to
something
read
to
that?
say,
Hey, Christina, can you
and
read that? Can you read that right quick?
Nah, hold on. She want to say something.
no,
Go ahead,
Okay,
sister.
okay.
so y'all kind of swayed me a little bit.
See, this. I want
And
to
I'm,
say
I'm
something
gonna
before
tell
you.
you why y'all swayed me a little bit. Because
Okay, I
at
want.
first
Okay, go ahead.
I felt some type of way because I said, you know what, he just showing all the bad places and struggles of us.
Sister Growth,
You
come
know
on,
what?
sister, say
But
it,
you
say
know
it.
what? But you know what? That's what he recognizes. That's how he make his money. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I can't say nothing because when I hit 30, I became a millionaire at the age of 30. And what I decided to do with my money, every other year, I send 5 people to nursing school because I'm a nurse. I send them straight to nursing school. Nobody can tell me to do anything different. That's what I do. So you know what? Guess what? I'm gonna be quiet because y'all done swayed me a little bit to shut my mouth and be
That's
quiet.
why it's good to have conversations so other people can speak while others listen, and then vice versa. When you show that, see, when you go to war, we can't have no discourse because everybody feel like they right. But when you sit back and you listen to other people, what happens is you're able to say, you know what, I can honor that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you can't tell me no other thing to do every 2 years. It's 5 people. I pick 5 people, just random people. I don't care what state they're in. I just pick them, and I send them through. I send them through because you know what? I understand. Like I said, play no. A lot of people on here know I got pew-pewed in the head when I was 19 years old. I pushed myself so hard. And I just want to be that for other people. I want other people to push. I want people to push themselves too. So I decided to do what I want to do with mine. And so you know what? Y'all don't sway me. He can do what he want to do with his.
See,
he can do what he want to do with his. He can.
So
Y'all right.
I have a question. Quick question.
You back? So you back? Come on.
I have a quick question. So I have a friend. She's a registered nurse, right? We were having this conversation. She loved Tyler Perry because of what he does for the Black community regarding hiring them, putting them in his movies, and all those things. And then she was having this conversation about, we were talking about doctors, specifically white tea doctors and whatever. And she was saying she had one who was over them, and he hired pretty much a lot of black women and put them in position under him at the hospital. And she said it was rarely ever done, especially like in ICU, because that's considered one of those spaces where the white tea women rule because of the amount of money that they make, right? It's a coveted position at the hospital. And so, and she was just really raving about him. And then she was telling me that he voted for Trump. And she was, and I was like, so what do you think about that? And she said, well, you know, he does a lot of things for us at the hospital. And he's doing things because he putting us in place, and he know as nurses, we gonna do our job. Black women, we are superior when it comes to our positions at hospitals because we have to work harder than anybody else. So we really be on our shit, right? Okay, that being the case, I said, what you're talking about, I said, well, I understand what you're saying, but what you're talking about is at a micro level. But how he voted was at a macro level, meaning that his whole position, he has black women that he put under him because, we are efficient. We are going to be detailed. We are going to get the job done. That helps him look good. But once he went into that voting booth and said, Trump,
that ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm gonna stop you right now. Just because somebody voted for Trump don't mean that there's no type of way. He may have used his reasons to vote for Trump, just like people use their reason to vote for Kamala. I'm gonna tell you something.
Anybody going?
Both sides.
Anybody?
I
Anybody
disagree.
gonna be?
I disagree because at the end of the day, when she go outside, she gonna be a black woman when she not in the hospital. When she not in that hospital, she black. When she get pulled over, she black. When her brother get pulled over, he black. And the things that Trump has put in place, if you're talking about at a macro level, it's going to affect her a lot more than what she does in the hospital up under him, being in that position, because he could be in there today. She could be there today, and then he could be gone tomorrow, and she be something wholly different. But how he voted and his voice when he went in that booth and put that man in the White House is something she got to deal with for a long time, past 4 years. So I definitely disagree with you there.
So if I marry, if I marry,
And had he voted for Kamala, would it have been better, JJ?
No,
Can y'all hear
all
me?
of them the same
We
people.
gotta let everybody get 30 seconds apiece because I gotta get ready to go and come back tonight with this other topic. So 30 seconds and let's go. I gotta end it out. 30 seconds. Come on,
Can,
everybody.
can I have my? Can I just read the rest of this in
Yes,
terms of
ma'am. Yes,
funding?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it says strategic partnerships. Perry has also entered into significant collaborations and deals with companies like Oprah Winfrey's own network and Viacom, which owns BET and BET Plus. These partnerships provide significant financial backing and distribution channels. For example, the deal with Viacom reportedly involves $150 million annually for new content. First look deals. Perry has also signed first look deals with major studios such as Netflix and Amazon Studios, which suggests potential external financing for specific films. Vertical integration. Perry operates a vertically integrated business, meaning he controls multiple aspects of the production process, from financing to distribution, which maximizes his profitability. I wanted to also say that I didn't even know that he had a new film coming out until I sat down in an Italian restaurant the other night to have dinner, and the Caucasian waitress said to me, "Oh my gosh, have you seen Tyler Perry's new movie?" And I was thinking, like, no, I didn't even know anything about it. And she went on to rave about it and was like, "You gotta see it." And I was thinking, this is interesting. So that was my experience. I'm just saying that. I just wanted to share that. I land.
30 seconds. Let's go.
My 30 seconds will be this here at Big Play. I inbox you my podcast, my website, where everything is at.
So I can just
I
go
will
there
be
and
back.
play and listen to it, like if I'm moving around and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I got the blogs on there. I got like about 80 blogs.
I got you.
All the blogs are like daily motivational. They are created by me. You know what I'm saying? I create my own stuff. If anybody else want to check it out, it's www.understoodpodcast.com. No spaces, just understoodpodcast.com. I will be back for the second half. Everybody on the panel, y'all opinion and perceptions and everything, it matters to me. There was nothing negative about this, you know what I'm saying, meetup that we had today. I learned, people got different perspective and, different things and beliefs about what they consume. I want to thank all y'all. And, hey, Big Play, bro, just make sure you got that air freshener. You just get that freshener.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you, Thanos. Thank you, everybody. My 30 seconds goes like this. Please, if you're a black person, no matter wherever you find yourself, just try to portray a good example. Just try to portray the good example of a black people. Don't always show the bad side, please. Just portray the good side so that people can learn from. So
again, with another powerful show, running it up, running it in. TikTok every day, 5:39:30 every single day. Tap in with us, subscribe to our YouTube. We will be, we just turned up. Tap in with us. We bringing all the smoke.
Pastors lying to the public, they ain't got the truth in them. Lights out, gas off, bootless, this city pimping. Blocks on fire cause the homeowners broke as fuck. Taxes up, water bill higher than a semi truck. It's a bigger play, a bigger play. Death before dishonor is the only way. Yeah, I tried to follow what they led us